Hello friends, today we are going to solve the numerical on the trusses as well, and this is different kind of problem because there is a support reactions and there is a support, but you can see that one support is at joint A, another one is is at joint C. So how can we solve these types of numericals for of trusses? We will discuss it here, and we will find out all the member forces of this truss, and also state if the members are in tension or compression. This is also the numerical from the book Engineering Mechanics by R.C. Hibbeler. So let's start, and we will discuss how can we solve this numerical step by step. So I am moving towards the solution, and the question is this, and you can see that this is a hinge support, and we have there comes two support reactions, AX and AY, means horizontal component and the vertical component, and at this joint C we will get the vertical component, but it lies in the horizontal axis, so it will be the horizontal one. So let me show you how can we find out support reactions. So if I will draw here that this should be AY and this one should be AX, and here comes, you know that at roller support we will only get the vertical component, so it lies in the on the horizontal axis, so it should be CX. So I will write it down CX here, and you can say there are some external loadings here, horizontal loading and vertical loading. You can see 400 Newton, 300 Newton, 250 Newton and 200 Newton. So what can we do? Let me show you. Here comes. Okay, let me remove it because all the forces will come itself here. So it will be more clear to all of you. You can see this is AX, and I am taking support reaction towards the supports. So this one is AY and this one is CX. So if there is not comes, there is not coming this force, so it should be like this one. So now what I have to do, I have to sum up the moment, and where I have to sum up the moment, for example, I can sum up the moment at C, at D, at A, at B, wherever I want to, but if I do at the support A, so what will happen if I do at joint A, you can say, or at support A, so what will happen, AX and AY will become 0, so it will be convenient for us to solve out for the support reaction, and we can easily get the value of the CX support. So I am moving towards the solution. So you can see here, this force is exactly lying or at joint A, and it has no horizontal distances. It means there is no perpendicular distance. It is exactly lying at joint D, but it has no horizontal length. So what we have to do, 300 will become 0, and only 400 Newton force will remain, and its direction should be like this. And in the last lecture I have already told you, I always keep moment, summation of the moment. So when I am doing summation of the moment, so what I do, I always take anti-clockwise direction positive. So it means that what clockwise becomes negative. It's up to you, whatever the direction you want to take positive and whatever the direction you want to take negative one, it's up to you. So in this case, what we have to do, when we rotate this 400 Newton force, so its direction should be what? Its direction should be clockwise, and it will become -1, and it should be multiplied with the 2 meter distance. The best thing of this question is that the vertical height is 2 meter and the horizontal distance is also 2 meter. So there is no chance of mistake in it, because if you are taking the horizontal length even by mistake, so there will be no error in it. But in those questions where we have different lengths, so it will make you in trouble and your answers will get wrong. So what you have to do, you have to multiply this 400 Newton into 2 meter, and this one should be -1 because it is opposite to anti-clockwise. So it is clockwise direction, so it will be negative. if I rotate CX here, so its rotation will be like this, and this is anti-clockwise rotation, so it will be positive one, and it should we are going to sum up moment at joint A. So when we rotate CX towards joint A, so it should multiply with 2 meter. So and it will be a positive one. And how many forces are left? This one will become 0, because it is exactly lying on the same line of action at joint A, so it will become 0 because it has no horizontal and vertical lengths. Sorry, not horizontal, because this is horizontal force, so it needs vertical lengths. So it will become 0. So we will not put it here. So what about 200 newtons? So it will come, and its rotation will be clockwise, so it will be the negative one. 200 multiplied by 2 meter. So what will be the equation? Minus 400 into 2 minus 200 into 2 plus 2 into Cx is equals to 0. So now we are going to solve it out, and Cx, the value of Cx is coming out to be 600 Newton. So we are moving towards the summation of the vertical forces. How many vertical forces are here? Okay, let me rub these rotations, because it will make make congested. It will get congested. So let me remove these directions. Okay, hope you understand it. Now I am moving towards the vertical force, sum up of vertical forces. How can we sum up vertical forces? You can see this one is the 300, it is vertical force. This one is also vertical force, and AY is the vertical force, and there is no any other vertical force here. So when we sum up, so AY positive, negative 300, negative 200. So we will get the value of AY in this way. So the value of AY is coming out to be 500 Newton. Now we are going to sum up horizontal forces. Okay, let me take the color of the pointer is, for example, purple. So this is 250 Newton, this one, this is AX, this should come in horizontal forces summation, and this will also come, and this will also come. So how many forces are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4 forces, 4 horizontal forces are here. So when we are going to sum up, so horizontal forces, so plus 400 plus 250 minus CX plus AX. You can see AX positive plus 400 plus 250 minus CX, because its direction towards the negative x-axis, and all the other forces are positive one. So what we will get the value of AX. Why? Because we have already calculated the value of CX, and that is coming out to be 600 Newton. So let me write it here, and it will make you confirm it, that you can see here. You can see here, this one we have already calculated. So in this way you will be able to calculate the value of AX, that is coming out to be minus 50 Newton. So what does it mean by minus 50 Newton? Minus 50 Newton means that your whatever the direction you supposed it means that the direction was the assumption was wrong, and its direction should be on the negative axis, should be towards negative axis. So let me show you here. I was taking this support reaction towards the joint A, but it is away from the joint A. So you can say this is the way to calculate the support reactions in process. Hopefully it will clear to all of you. Let me rub all the for example, whatever I have done here, so I have rubbed it here. Okay, done. It's all over. Now we have calculated all the support reactions. Now we are moving towards the next slide, and we are going to calculate or compute member forces at different joints. And first joint, which joint I have to take it? So I have a choice. I can take joint B, because it has only horizontal and vertical forces, and joint D is also having horizontal and vertical forces, but joint C and joint A is having inclined force. So I have to calculate the angle first. So what I have to do, I have to calculate first joint B and joint D, so it will reduce the time of the calculation. For example, I am moving towards the joint B. I am going to start from the joint C, joint B. And you can also take joint D, it's up to you. For example, if you want to start solving from joint D, so it's up to you. That is not that is not incorrect. So I am moving towards the next slide, and this one is joint B. Here comes the question is here, and let me tell you one thing, how many forces are coming here. So I am going to select different color marker, and this will help you to understand. For example, whenever you are going to make to solve the joint, so always make axis at joint B or any joint. So how many forces are coming here? Let me change the color of my pointer, and for example I am taking red color. So there is 254 Newton force that is acting on positive x-axis. There is downward force that is acting downward on the negative y-axis. Then we have negative FBA force, member force. It is acting on the minus x-axis. Then we have upward force that is acting on the x-axis, that is FBC, and it is the positive one. You can see. Now we are moving towards the solution. So first we have to draw the axis. I am going to draw the free body diagram here. You can see positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis. Now we are going to draw forces over it, and you can see there is a 250 Newton force that is lying on the positive x-axis, and this is joint B obviously, and this center point must be 0, 0. There is another force that is acting downward on the negative y-axis, that is 200 Newton. So it is minus 200 Newton because it is lying on the negative y-axis. So another force is minus member force, that is minus FBA, because it is lying on the negative x-axis. So it is FBA. Why we are taking BA? Because we are making free body diagram at joint B. For example, we are having upward force that is lying on the positive y-axis, that is FBC, member force, that is positive one. So now we are going to solve it. For example, first we have to apply equilibrium analysis, or you can say equilibrium equations. So first of all, we are going to sum up horizontal forces. So how can we sum up horizontal forces? You can see horizontal force, this one is the positive direction, minus FBA. You can see here that this is minus FBA, and this one is the 250 Newton force. So we will add these two forces and we will get the value of member force FBA. So minus FBA is equals to minus 250, and FBA is coming out to be 250 Newton. And it is tensile force, and the member force is in tension. So now we are moving towards this is, therefore you can say this is the way to solve the truss problems. Now we are going to sum up the vertical forces. So we are going to sum up vertical forces. How can we sum up vertical forces? So how many forces are vertical here? Now let me show you. For example, I am going to rub it, and for example, what I am going to do, I am going to take another color marker selection. So you can watch here, that is minus 200 Newton, and this is positive FBC. So then we have to sum up vertical forces here. How can we sum up? You can see here, FBC positive minus 200 equals to 0. So FBC is coming out to be 200 Newton in that is tensile force. This is the way to calculate the member forces. So we have calculated two member forces here, FBC and FBA. So how many member forces we have to calculate here? So count it. Let me tell you how can we calculate it. So this is 1 FAD, 2 FDC, 3 FAC, this is 4 FAB, and this is 5 FCB, or you can say FBC. So how many member forces are left? 4 member forces are left. So now we are moving towards the joint D, because joint D is very simple and it is easier to calculate all the member forces. So we are moving towards the next slide, and you can see I am going to make the free body diagram at joint D. And you can see here that I am going to draw the axis at joint D, and you can see here how many forces will come or act over joint D. So you can see there is one member force, that is FDC, that is acting on the positive x-axis. This is the very easier method whenever you are going to solve the joint. So always take that joint and draw a free body diagram at the joint. So FDA, this is acting downward on the negative y-axis. Then there is 400 Newton force, that its direction should be on the positive axis, and 300 Newton force, that its direction is also on the negative y-axis. So we are going to make free body diagram at joint D here, and you can see positive x-axis, minus x-axis, positive y-axis, minus y-axis, and there is a member force, that is FDC, and it is acting on the positive x-axis. This is positive one. Let me show the sign here. This is the positive one because it is acting at positive x-axis. This is joint D obviously, and the center point must be 0, 0. And there is another force acting downward, that is member force FDA, and it should be the negative one. So here comes minus FDA. Then there is a force which is acting towards the positive x-axis. Its direction is, you can see here, its direction is towards the positive x-axis, and it is 400 Newton force. Then we have 300 Newton force which is acting downward again, you can see, and it should be the negative one, minus 300 Newton. So we have to always check what direction is showing here. So wherever the direction is, so we take positive and negative according to that. So for example, I am moving towards, first I am going to take pen color, changing pen color, and I am going to solve it out. First I am going to sum up horizontal forces. It's up to you. If you want to sum up vertical forces first, you can do it. It's up to you. So what we have to do, you have to make equilibrium analysis equation. So how can we make it? FDC positive one, and 400 Newton is also positive. So when you are going to sum up horizontal forces, so what you have to do, there are two forces acting over here on the x-axis. There is 400 Newton force, and then this one is the FDC, that is also positive one. So FDC plus 400 Newton, so it is coming out equals to 0. It is coming out to be FDC equals to minus 400. So FDC equals to minus 400. It is compressive force. The force is in compression. So I am moving towards the vertical summation of the vertical forces, and I am using obviously equilibrium equations. So summation of Fi, I am going to write it down, and there are two forces acting over here on the y-axis. One is minus 300 Newton, you can see here, and the other one is the minus FDA. Both are negative one. So what I have to, minus FDA minus 300 Newton equals to 0. So it is coming out to be FDA equals to minus 300 Newton, that is compressive force. So what we have to do here, we will get the value of minus 400 Newton compressive and minus 300 Newton, it is also in compression. So how many forces member forces we have calculated up till now? We have calculated 4 member forces, and only 1 member force is left. So there is no need to join all the joints, no need to solve all the joints, because why we are not going to solve all the joints? Whenever we have completely calculated all the member forces, so there is no need to move on another joints. So right now we have the choice between the joint A and joint C. So which joint I have to select it. So if you see at joint A, there are so many member forces. There are 3 member forces and 2 support reactions are here, because there is a hinge support. So how many support reactions? So there will be 2 supports here. So it will become 5 forces are here at joint A. And if I am going to take joint C, because only 1 member force is left, that is FAC. So I can find it out from joint A, or even I can find it out from joint C as well. So what I have to do, how many member forces are here? how many member forces are here? You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 member forces are here, and here are 5 member forces. It's your choice. Whatever the joint you want to select it, you just do it. So you can find out your member force from one equilibrium equation. You can find it out from the summation of fx, and you can also find it out from the summation of fy. So it's up to you. Whatever the equation you want to take it, you can select it, and you can easily calculate it FCA. So I am moving towards the next joint C. I have taken joint C here. So at joint C, I have already discussed how many member forces are at joint C. So if you can see, I am drawing member forces A here, and I am going to select what? Red color. So there is one member force here, this is another member force, and this is the one, and there is one support reaction here. So you can see there is FCA, this one is FCB, we have already calculated, we have calculated it earlier, and this one is FCD. If you are looking at this one. So how can we do that? For example, and there is another force which is acting here, that is support reaction, that is CX. One thing I want to tell you, we have to calculate the angle here as well, because there is an inclined force. So what we have to do, for example, I need this angle. So I am drawing the triangle here, and this side is 2. Your vertical height is 2 is given to you, and this is also 2. So if I calculate this angle, so I will be able to get this angle, because both are the same angle. This is theta, so that one also theta. So I am moving towards towards making free body diagram of joint C. You can see here, this is joint C, and how many forces are acting here? Let me show you. Positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis, and there is one support reaction CX, that is its direction towards minus x-axis, so it should be minus CX equals to 600 Newton. You can write it down, minus 600. So there is a member force FCD. This is also towards the negative x-axis, so it should be FCD minus FCD. This is FCB, this is acting downward, so it should be minus FCB. So there is inclined force FCA, and this I am going to draw a triangle over it. This is 2 and 2, and we have to calculate the angle FCA. So how can we calculate the angle? I have already tell you here, this is theta, and we have to find out this theta. So if I am drawing here, so this is theta, so this will also be theta. So we have to calculate this theta first. So how can we calculate it? If this is theta, so this should be the base, and this is perpendicular. But I think there is no issue here, because both the sides is having same magnitude. So what we have to do, we have to apply tangent here, tangent theta here. So how can we do that? You can see here tan theta equals to 2 upon 2. So theta equals to tan inverse 2 upon 2. Theta equals to 45 degree. You can see here. So now we are moving towards the summation of the forces, but before that, what we have to do, we have to break the forces into its component FCA. We have to break the member forces into its components. So there is a vertical component. You can see minus FCA sine 45 degree, because we got the value of theta equals to 45 degree. Then there is minus FCA cos 45 degree, that is theta equals to 45 degree. So let me rub the board whatever I have done over here. So we are moving towards the equation. It's up to you, whatever the equation you want to select it. So we will get the value of FCA. You can get the value of FCA from summation of the horizontal forces equals to 0, and you can get the value of FCA from the summation of vertical forces is equals to 0. So let me start. So for example, I am going to sum up vertical forces. So at vertical forces, how many forces we have? We have only 2 forces here. You can see here, I am going to show you that this one is the one vertical force and there is another vertical force. So there are only two vertical forces here, but in the horizontal forces, how many forces are here? This is the 1, 2 and 3. There are three forces are here when we sum up horizontal forces. So if we are going to sum up vertical forces, then it will reduce our time of calculation. So how can we do that? So I am moving towards the solution. I am going to make the equation. So what we have to do, minus FCA sine 45 degree and minus FCB is equals to 0. Minus FCA sine 45 degree minus FCB equals to 0. We are going to sum up vertical forces, and but you keep it in mind, the value of FCA comes from the horizontal summation of the horizontal forces, and the value of FCA comes from the summation of the vertical forces will be equals to 0. Keep it not equals to 0 will remain same. Keep it in your mind that whatever the value of FCA comes from the vertical forces summation, you will get the same value whatever the value you get it from the summation of the horizontal forces. So what we have to do, we have to sum up like this: minus FCA sine 45 degree is equals to FCB. FCA is equals to minus FCB upon sine 45 degree. FCA equals to we put the value of FCB because we have already calculated in the slides earlier. So minus 200 divided by sine 45 degree, and we will get the value of FCA minus 282.84 Newton. In the force member forces in compression. So this is the way you can calculate the value of the member forces. So how many member forces we have calculated up till now? We have calculated all the member forces. There were only 5 member forces are here. So this is the way you will be able to calculate the member forces. But should be smart whenever you are going to solve the truss problem in the paper, because you have to select those joints which have more knowns and lesser unknowns, because otherwise it will take your time too much. You have to make the equation when you are having 3 unknowns and you have 2 equations, then you have to make the equation and then you have to move on another joints. So it will take your time. So be wise in the paper, so to reduce the time of calculation, and you will solve the truss problems easily, and it will reduce your time in the paper, and you will get full marks even after not calculating so long. So keep it in mind, there is no need to fill all the pages for the trusses. You just need to find out all the member forces, and you have to decide whether the member forces are in compression or tension, or whether they are zero force member. So I am moving towards the next slide, and that is the slide of which this is the result slide. So you can see here we have calculated FAB, FBC, FCD, FAD and FAC. So it's interesting, and the magnitude in Newton, 250 Newton, 200 Newton, minus 400, minus 300. If you are writing the nature of the force member, tension, compression, so there is no need to write down the plus or negative sign, but it's good if you want to write it down. There is no problem, it will not cut your marks. So this is all the way to calculate the truss members, and you have to you will be able to calculate the member forces. Hopefully you will understand it, and in future you will not get any problem to solve the member forces or the trusses by using joint method. So I emphasize over here, we are doing our calculation on the basis of the joint method. There is another method of the truss, that is section method. We will do lectures on the next classes or later on. So hopefully you will understand it, and you will understand how you can calculate it. So that's all for today, and we have done. Thank you so much. Hopefully you will understand it. Thank you.